Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. We're going to play 3.5 innings of Fall Classic Baseball. This is the Oakland Athletics versus the Texas Rangers in 1980. The Athletics are 26-20 and the Rangers are 23-22. It's going to be Ricky Henderson leading off in left field. Murphy in center field batting second. Third is the DH Page. Cleanup is Gross at first base. He's covering for Revering. Gross usually is at third. Arm is the right fielder batting fifth. Batting sixth is Newman, the catcher. Seventh is Klutz, the third baseman. Guerrero, the shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth is Edwards. Danny Darwin will be on the mound for the Texas Rangers, and he will be a C. He's got his C stuff today. We just rolled. And then Matty Keough, of course, a B for the Oakland Athletics. Texas Ranger lineup is Rivers in center. Bump Wills at second, Oliver in left field, Buddy Bell, the third baseman, batting cleanup, Putnam batting fifth at first, sixth is Richie Zisk, the DH, seventh is Norris, the right fielder, eighth is Sundberg, the catcher, and ninth is Harrelson, the shortstop. So let's get started, and what we got is a fly ball to left, and it's dropped by the left fielder, Oliver. So Ricky Henderson is on first. And here comes Dwayne Murphy. We read the black first. It's a 14. That's going to be a potential. If it's a ground out, and it's a fly ball. So if it's a ground out, it's an automatic double play. But no double play there. Next up is Mitchell Page. And that's a 42. A 42 is a blank, and a 42 is a base on balls. So when it's a blank on the batter card, it goes over to the pitcher card. Here's Wayne Gross with runners on first and second, one out. And a 43. 43 is a blank, and a 43 will be a base on ball, so the bases are loaded for the Athletics. And here's Tony Armas with the bases loaded and fields halfway, looking for that double play to get out of that inning. That's so crushing double play, and it's a 52 with a 1. That's a strikeout. So Darwin blows it by Armas. 2 outs now, 1 out away from getting out of this crisis. And here's Jeff Newman. And it's a 54. That's a wild. That's a 54 chart with men on base. It's a wild pitch or pass ball. If a 6 falls within the range, and his wild pitch range is a 9, so that's going to be a wild pitch, unless the catcher. Let's see what the catcher's. Who the catcher is, Sundberg, so he's, I believe, a 2. He's a 4 pass ball, so it's going to be on the pitcher. It's a wild pitch, and that's going to allow a run to score. So a run scores on the wild pitch, and everybody moves up, and Newman's still up with second and third. And here it is. He sets and deals, and that's a 64, which will be a strikeout to end the inning. So Darwin, as you can see, has a good fastball, brings the heat, but he's also a little bit wild, and that run is going to be unearned. 1 run on no hits, a couple of walks, an error, and a wild pitch, but the A's pick up a run, a Billy Ball run, and here come the Texas Rangers in the bottom of the first inning. All right. I'm going to have to charge my phone. Matt Keough's a B today. And here goes. Matt Keough to Mickey Rivers to start the game off for the Rangers. That's a 33. That's line base hit for Rivers. He's on with a single. And the 33 will not have a plus sign, so there's no automatic steal attempt. Next up is Bump Wills. And that's a 22, and that is a 1-16 walk. It's ball 4. So Keough allows a single and now a walk. So we got a little something going there for the Rangers here early in the first inning. And Al Oliver with a 26, and that is against a righty. It's a base hit. And I know Rivers is fast. Will he score from second base? FA score. And fast runner to third. So we're going to get first and third. So first and third, RBI, and it's tied at 1. So just like that, Keogh allows the Rangers to get on the board. Buddy Bell, we got the infield halfway, willing to concede a run. It's a 42. 42 is a blank, and a 42 is a base on balls. So far, Keogh has not gotten an out. It's not recorded an out yet. He's got the bases loaded, and it's Pat Putnam. Keep on rolling terrible rolls. It's a 45. This should be an out. A 45 will be an out. And what kind of an out? A 13 with the bases loaded. Let's see what that becomes. 13 with the bases loaded and a lefty. It will be bases full. If the shortstop has a strong arm, it's a double play. Otherwise, it's a fielder's choice, and a run will score. So a run will score here. It's going to be a fielder's choice, a 6-4, because I know that Guerrero does not have a strong arm. He actually has a weak arm. And that will be an RBI there for Putnam. First and third with only 1 out. And here goes Matt Keogh versus Richie Zisk. Infield again is halfway, looking for that double play. It's a 55, and that's going to be a drive in the gap, and nobody's going to get that. It's going to be 1 hop off the wall. 1 run scores. And Putnam, who is slow, is going to hold up at third. So an RBI for Zisk. So we've been rolling just a lot of hit numbers and error numbers and wild pitch numbers and so on and so forth. So first, second and third now, and here comes Norris. Again, we're going to try to get out of this inning with an out and concede the run. It's a 22 again, another good hit number, 1-13 walk, but that's a 16. That's going to be an out. And infield that's a 16 with second and third. Let's see here. Second and third are going to hold on this ground ball to short. So it's hit hard enough to hold the runners. I'm seeing it says third base holds, second and third. Holds second and third. So we will be holding them. And that's 2 outs. And it's Jim Sundberg. And it's a 43. 43 is a blank, and a 43 is an out. It's a bouncer to second base, and that retires the side. But the Rangers pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they lead it 3-1 after 1. All right, so I am back. Sorry, my phone ran out of battery, so I basically had to hook it up, charge it, but I couldn't stop playing, so I kept on playing. We are in the bottom of the third now. The score is tied at 4 apiece. Now, I make a correction in that first inning. I'm making a correction in that, what did I do with my pen? Here it is. In that a run scored, the asterisk on the chart means with the infield in, but my infield was back. So an extra run scored in that first inning. We allowed 4 runs. We were just going for that 1 out. I should have maybe kept my infield in, but I wanted to prevent a bigger inning by allowing 2 runs to score or allowing another base runner. So I just decided, you know what the heck, let's get out of this inning and then move on. And luckily, a 2-run shot by Tony Armas here in the top of the 3rd inning. Sorry about that. A 2-run shot by Tony Armas here in the top of the 3rd inning has tied it at 4 apiece. So this is an exciting game. And it's Matt Keogh facing Al Oliver. All right, it's a 44. That's going to be line base hit, and it will be a single with a plus sign, which means he may steal. And let's see. And and that could be a potential error. Let's roll again for a catcher error. 7 on the catcher Newman. He is a 2 error, so there's no error on Newman. So it's a single, a stolen base. That puts Oliver at second base. All right. So you did all that in a very simple fashion. That's the thing I really like about this game. It's very, very easy to kind of resolve a lot of what happened, what other games do in, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls. This game does it with basically one roll. All right, so next batter is Buddy Bell. That's a 21. We read off Bell, and it's an out. It's a grounded to short, and he's going to look Oliver back to second. One down. Next is Pat Putnam. He bats from the left side. That's a 34. 34 is a blank. So when it's a blank, you go to the pitcher card. He's a B. A 34 is an out. An 11 is going to be a ground out to second base, and that will move the runner. And then it's Richie Zisk. Runner on third, 2 outs. See if Keogh can get out of trouble, and he will not. And that is going to be a drive. It's going to be one hop off the wall. 1 run scores easily. It is 5-4, and Zisk is in there with an RBI double here in the bottom of the third inning. The Rangers have retaken the lead. So if you've been watching, I've had a lot of low-scoring games. This is my first high-scoring game. And Keogh's allowed 5 runs. He can allow 7, and then he just kind of disintegrates pretty much. Jim Norris, runner on second, 2 outs. See if we want Keogh to get through a little bit more. 52, that's going to be a KD check. Does that work? Let's look for the error. And a 20 is not going to be an error. I know it, but let's see who it went to. It went to the third baseman. And third baseman is Klutz. And Klutz at third base is a 7 error, so that's nowhere near a 7. So he makes the play, and that retires the side. 1 run on a couple of hits, and we move to the top of the 4th inning. That's how simple and quick and fluid this game plays. Very easy to learn. It's pretty much 99% off the cards, but it has a very intuitive D20 system where the D20 will tell you who the ball is hit to. I love that about this game. All right, so Darwin is facing Mickey Klutz. Klutz, in his first at-bat, struck out. See what happens here. And a 22, he's going to make an out, and that will be a line out to left field. So hits it on the screws, but right at the left fielder. And next up is Mario Guerrero. Remember, we're outside, so you will be getting some safari noises. 62, and that's a blank, so we will be looking at a 62, and that's a strikeout. That's Danny Darwin's 4th strikeout of the game. Edwards, who grounded out to the third baseman, steps in the box. He bats from the right side. It's a 36. 36 is a blank, and a 36 is a K, another K. So that's his 5th K of the game. 3 up, 3 down for Darwin. Darwin, as a starter, can go 27. Matt Keogh now in the bottom of the 4th is going to be facing Sundberg. Sundberg, Harrelson, and then the top of the order, Rivers. All right, let's do it. Pitch to Sundberg. And he's been struggling. That's going to be a check. Go to Wilder, bases empty, go to Wilder. Wilder, men on base, Wilder. Okay, Wilder right here, men on base. Strike 3, catcher drops the ball, runner out at first, unless batter's run rating is F, then roll versus catcher's E rating. So catcher drops the ball, runner out at first. Unless he's fast. Sundberg is not fast. I can almost guarantee that he is slow. So it will be a strikeout. Catcher picks it up, throws to first, so it's you won't see this in any other game right there. It's a 2-3 put out. I guarantee you there's no other game where you'll see that plays this straightforward and this fluidly. All right, so here is Buddy Harrelson. He should be batting. Where is he? He's vanished, little Buddy Harrelson has vanished. All right, we found him. In the deck somewhere, he got lost in the deck. And again, I apologize for the safari sounds in the background. Buddy Harrelson, but we are outdoors today. It's a beautiful day. It's a 65. That's usually a pitcher home run. But Harrelson obviously doesn't hit many home runs, so whatever the number is on the pitcher card, it's a 1 to 12. We're going to have to subtract 9 from that. It makes it a 3. That 13 is going to be a fly ball. He's batting from the left side. It's a fly ball to right. Shallow right. He popped it up, basically. Just because it was a potential home run doesn't mean that he really connected and drove it deep. It just means that he missed it. He missed the home run. It could have been a home run, but he just got under it and popped it up. All right. So here comes Mickey Rivers with 2 outs. So a much better inning for Matt Keogh. And it's a 56. That's an easy out. And the 9 is a flat right. Can of corn, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Keogh. About time Matty Keogh gets on track. Give us a few innings. He can go all the way up to 36 batters faced. You know, these guys were pushed to the limit by Billy Martin in 1980. That's one of the reasons I'm playing this. I like to make, you know, the fewest amount of substitutions as possible. So Danny Darwin's going to lead off. Is going to face the leadoff hitter, Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson so far has reached on an error, scored, walked, stole a base, and scored. Sounds like Ricky Henderson leads the league in stolen bases. Now this is going to be a KD check on a range play. So the higher it is, the more chance. Oh, that's going to be definitely a base hit. Almost impossible. So the range would be the second baseman, and I know the second baseman, Bump Wills, is probably like a 10 or something to that effect. And nope, he's a 7, so that is definitely a base hit for Henderson. Henderson is on with a single. Next is Dwayne Murphy. We're not bunting right now. It's a 63, and it's a blank. 63 is a strikeout. Mitchell Page up next. A 31, that's usually a base hit, and it will be. And let's see if he can go to third on that. No, he holds at second base. So that's a line to left field, and Henderson puts on the brakes. First and second. Here comes Wayne Gross. And that's a 44. That's what we wanted. That's a base hit single. And that will most likely tie up the game. F scores. And runner on third. If he's an F, he does go to third. So we got, the game is tied at 5. All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th, and Matt Keogh is facing Bump Wills. And a 31, that's going to be a base hit. Bump Wills is on at first. Al Oliver's next. Now, he is an A hit and run guy, so we're gonna roll that. And it's going to be a 5-1 on the hit and run. And we got to pull that up real quick. I don't have a little card. I didn't bring that out with me. I'm outdoors, so getting a hit. So that is a 6 total, a 4 and a 2. Otherwise, it's going to be, if not, a ground out to the pitcher. Runners advance. Okay. So he bounces one right back to Keogh, and going to second is Wills. Try to hit and run there. I don't do that very often, but once a game, if it's the right guy. Here's Buddy Bell, runner on second base, and that's a 26, and versus a lefty, it's a single. But Keogh's a righty, so that's going to be a line out to right field. And can anybody advance on that? Oh, actually, 12 is a pop-up. I'm sorry, pop-up to short. Memorized it the wrong way. The line out would have been a 10, and I rolled a 12. So it's a line out to short, and let's see. No chance for a double play there. It's a pop-up, so not a lineup, but a pop-up. There you go. All right. So 2 outs. Here's Pat Putnam. Pitch from Keogh. 64, that's going to be an out. It's a 5, so it's bounced to the first baseman to retire the side. So after the hit, it's 3 out. And we move to the top of the 6th inning. We're playing Fall Classic Baseball, giving you a sense that the game is tied at 5 apiece. And it's Danny Darwin versus Jeff Newman. Newman today is 0 for 2. And it's a 55. That should be a base hit. Falls in there. Little looper. Drops in. And here's Klutz. Now Klutz is a 4. You know what? Newman's running-wise is slow, but oh. Sixth inning, still early. Let's do it. All right, here's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark result. Ballpark result with a 2, and that's going to be a deep drive to left field. Back goes the left fielder, Oliver, to the track, to the wall. Out of here. 2-run shot. And that is, the score is 7-5 now. So Klutz gets a hold of a Darwin fastball and drives it deep into the seats. And here comes Guerrero. So he's allowed 7 runs, so he is out automatically, because otherwise it becomes super ugly. And you don't want to even see that. So let's go to the bullpen. So Danny Darwin, wow, he got hammered today. He got hammered. Let's see if we can bring in Charlie Huff. I'd like to bring in Charlie Huff. I believe he's available. You know what? Otherwise, we can bring in not Jim Kern. Man, let's see. Charlie Huff. Let's see how many pitches, how many games. Oh, we only played 16 games, so he's probably not around. And there's a couple of guys that I know are around. Let's see. Let's look at the chart. The chart tells you Kern pitched a lot. Racich pitched a bunch as well. But Racich was more of a, okay, he's a 2-inning guy. So Racich is going to come in. He's more of a 2-inning guy, but that'll let him go for 2 innings. Oh, I almost lost my chart. It's windy outside. Remember, I'm outdoors today. So got stuff happening, a little wind blowing. It's kicking up a little bit. So it's Dave Racich. He's coming in to replace. It's a lefty. He will be coming in here. All right. He will be facing Mario Guerrero in the top of the 6th inning. The A's lead it 7-5 on the 2-run blast by Mickey Klutz, his 2nd of the series. And that's a 52 with a 13 KD check. We never rolled. We'll use that 13 for Racich, so he will be a B. And we'll roll that again for the KD, and a 3 will be a strikeout. Got lucky there. And Edwards is up next. Pitch from Racich, 21. That's an out. It's a comebacker. 2 down. And Ricky Henderson with a 31. That's going to be a base hit. 2-out single for Henderson. All right. So Dwayne Murphy's up. Pitch from the lefty. Lefty on lefty. It's a 64. That's a blank. 64 is a 20, which is a line out. That's the one that's a line out. Another line out. And this one will be the 4 to second base, L4. And that will retire the side. So 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pretty nice game. It's a back and forth seesaw battle, they call it. Matt Keogh's still in there. He's allowed 5 runs so far. Matt Keogh versus Richie Zisk. And here's a pitch. It's a 63. That's going to be a ground ball, the 2nd. 1 down. Next up is Jim Norris. It's another lefty. That's a 22 and a 22, 1 to the 3rd. It's a base on balls. So a walk for Norris. Jim Sundberg steps in the box. He bats from the right side. A 44. That's going to be line. Base hit. Will runner go to third or will he hold? He is an A runner. So we'll look here, base hit. Oh wait, that's the wrong card. 2 to 4. If the right fielder's arm is A, I think, let's see, what is the right fielder's arm? Armas. So it's lined to right, and Armas will allow him to make it to third. His arm will allow, it's an average arm. So we'll be first and third. And I believe that's going to be it for Keogh. So Matty Keogh is done for the day. We're in the bottom of the 6th, so we still have to go a bunch. I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we're going to bring in Lacey, because if we don't bring in somebody who can get somebody out, we won't get out of this inning. It's first and third. We're up by 2, 7-5, and it's going to be Bud Harrelson, Rivers, and maybe Wills. There's one out. So we're going to play the infield halfway, and what we want to do is basically get out of this inning. We're going to bring in Bob Lacey, and we're going to roll for him, and he's going to be an A pitcher. So Lacey's in there. He's an A pitcher. He's facing Buddy Harrelson. Let's do it. First and third, we're looking for the double play. It's a 56. This may be a strikeout, and it is. So that's a huge strikeout for Lacey. 2 outs now. Mickey Rivers is a .330 hitter. So proceed with caution, Lacey. And here goes. And that is going to be a 36. 36 is a 12, which I believe is a pop-up to the shortstop, and that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and we keep it at 7-5. The A's up, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. All right, so it's Racich in there. He's going to be facing Mitchell Page. Dave Racich facing Mitchell Page. I had to go and check the roster, see what pitchers I had available. And here's the pitch to Page. It's a 36. And Racich is a B, so 36 is going to be an out, and it's going to be bounced to the first baseman, who steps on the bag ahead of Page, 1 away. Page, by the way, was 1 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3. Here comes Gross, who's 1 for 2, an RBI single and a walk. And it's a 43. 43 is a blank, and a 43 1 to 12 base on balls, and it is a base on balls. So he walks for the 2nd time today. On at first is Gross. Now Armas is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. He's got 10 home runs for the season, leads the team. And that's a 15. The 15 is a swing and a miss. Strikes him out. Blowing. Remember, I'm outdoors, so I got a little bit of the wind happening here. So my cards are starting to get swept away a little bit and having to grab them. I tried watering my plant, and I got my... Nice thing about these cards is that they're PDFs, so if I wet them, no big deal. I just print them out new ones. That's the nice thing about PDF. Excuse me. And you get the PDF automatically when you buy a printed set, so you can have both. Printed set has value because you can resell, whereas the PDFs really have no resale value. Not ethical to resell them. All right, here's Bump Wills. Pitch from Lacey's at 24. 1 to 3 is a hit by pitch. It's going to be 11. That's going to be grounded to second base. And picked up by Edwards, and Edwards throws out Bump Wills for out number 1. Here's Oliver. 54, that's a bases empty 54 chart, which is go to Wilder chart. So I'm going to pull another card and go to the Wilder chart. And Wilder chart says go to the Wildest chart. Uh-oh, pull a card and go to the Wildest chart. Bases empty, Wildest chart. Fly out to left center, called by center field. Collision, I don't do collisions. But roll a D6. 1 left field, 2 to 5, no one hurts. 6, the ball is jarred. Excuse me. Terrible. 6, the ball is jarred, and it's a double. So let's roll. Oh, I thought it was going to be jarred. So it's caught by center field, and 2 out. Here comes Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell today's 0 for 2 with a walk, and that's going to be a 22. That's going to be line base hit. So rips one to left center field, played on a hop by Henderson. And here's Pat Putnam. Putnam is 0 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. And that is a 25. A 25 is going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly lifted to left. Henderson on the run, and he chases it down to retire the side. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 7-5, Athletics. Racage is still in there. How many can he go? He can go 12. See that right there? And he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's still okay. Here comes Guerrero should be up. Where is he? Guerrero should be up. Guerrero and Edwards. And Newman already batted somewhere in there. Okay. Klutz batted last. Should have batted last. Hopefully I didn't go out of order. Anyway, all right. And that's a 66, so that's going to be a drive, and that's going to be one hop off the wall. Guerrero digging for second and standing up with a leadoff double. Mike Edwards up next, and Mike Edwards is going to bunt. I'll show you how to do that. He's a 5 bunter, so he's a really good bunter. We got to roll 2d6. And it's a good bunt. So we're going to just write sack. Runner goes to third. Infield's going to have to be playing in now, late in the game. It's automatic. Especially, you don't want to give up any more runs right here. Top of the 8th. 7-5 Athletics. That's going to be a 52 with a 10. And we're going to have to roll to see. That's going to be a possible error. Maybe an error on the shortstop. Shortstop is Harrelson. Error rating is an 11. That will be an error. And it says it's a 1-base error. So it's going to be run scoring error on Harrelson. So he's, that's Henderson is on at first. And it's going to be 8-5 now. So he's up to his max, I believe, right? We said he needed 3. Yeah, he was at 9, 10, 11, 12. So any more on base, then he gets pulled. That's going to be a 22, and that's going to be a base on balls. That pushes Henderson to second. And that's going to be it for Racage. Let's see who we can bring in here. Babcock, he's a reliever. I saw him there. So Babcock comes in. Let's see what kind of stuff he has today, and he's going to have his middle of the road stuff. He's going to be a B. Getting ready to watch the mid game at 1 o'clock. DeGrom is pitching today. So Racich is out. Babcock is in. And Mitchell Page is at the plate with 1 out and 2 on. That's a 26 against a righty. It's going to be a base hit single. Will the run score? Will Henderson score? F advances. And with 1 out and assist. So it's going to be a throw to third. Right fielder is Norris. Norris's arm in right field is a 5. So 5 or less, he is out. And he is out at third. So 9-5. So it's an RBI single. 9-5, thrown out at third. And let's see if he goes to second on that. No, I don't have that. Don't have that. So he will not go to second. He does drive in a run. And there's 2 outs now with a runner on first. So Mitchell Page does pick up an RBI, but Murphy's thrown out at third by Norris. And it's a 61. That's going to be a blank, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits. Go to the bottom of the 8th. So we had a ton of stuff happen today in this game. A lot of cool stuff that happens in ball games. So Lacey's going to be, we're up with a 4-run lead. It should be, now it should be 9-5. A 4-run lead. We're going to pull Lacey, who's already gone 1 1/3. And we are going to bring in Hamilton. Hamilton, I got, or Camacho. I got Macho Camacho, and I got Hamilton. I found Hamilton first, so let's bring in Hamilton. And let's see what we're going to get for him. Hamilton will be a B. Okay. He will be facing Richie Zisk, who's a righty. And then Norris a lefty, and Sundberg a righty. And that's a 22, which is a little bloop, and drops in for a base hit for Zisk. He's in there. Hit it off the end of the bat. Little flare dropped in, and here's Norris with a 34. 34 is a blank, and a 34 is going to be a base hit single. Stopping at second, down by 4 runs, is Zisk. Next is Sundberg. And that's a 45. 45 is a blank, and a 45 is a base on balls. So obviously Hamilton really struggled. His ERA was astronomical. Bases are loaded for Buddy Harrelson. Not going to pinch hit here. They have a terrible bench anyway. It's a 15. That's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's a 6 with the bases loaded. I don't think we're going to get a double play out of it because he has a weak arm. So we never get a 6-4-3 double play. Shortstop, weak arm. It's a 1-2. Here's my shortstop. It's Guerrero, and Guerrero has a weak arm. Yep. So it's going to be a fielder's choice, and a run will score. But at least we got an out. What's the score? 9-6 now. And we got first and third. Top of the order now. Mickey Rivers. Again, we're looking for a double play. Very tough guy to double up. And he is 1 for 4 today. He's a 330 hitter. 61. That's probably going to be an out. That's going to be a strikeout. Big strikeout for Hamilton. We really needed that. And here's Bump Wills, back from the right side. It's a 43. That's going to be a base on balls. That's going to load the bases for Al Oliver. And 2 outs. Al Oliver with the bases loaded. So the tying run is on at first. And Al Oliver is a lefty. But you know what? We cannot let Hamilton pitch anymore. He's really is terrible. So we're going to have to go to the bench, and we're going to bring in Jones. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. I also have Camacho if I could find him. I don't see Camacho at all. Just got a mosquito. Oh, Medic is on the wrong team. Put him over there. Let's see if I could find some like Davis. Still going through the cards. You get every player, so you do have a bunch of cards to go through. Wow. Okay, so it has to be in this little pack right here. For some reason, I don't have Camacho on my team. I don't know why. Let me see. Maybe he's stuck between somebody else. Yeah, I don't have Camacho around for. Oh, here he is, Ernie Camacho. So Ernie Camacho is going to come in, and hold on, nice brisk wind just kicked up, and beautiful, feels gorgeous. That's why I came out here today. And let's see, hopefully he's an A, and he is. So Camacho will be an A. See what happens. He will face Oliver. So bottom of the 8th with the bases loaded. All right, Camacho versus Oliver. Here's a pitch. And that is a 32. We may get out of it or may not. And no, that's a drive, and that is going to be one hop off the wall. That may score everybody, and the game will be tied. F scores from first base, and Bump Wills, I believe, is an F, and he will score. And the game is tied. Big double by Oliver. Drives in 7, 9, and 2. Holy smokes, the game is tied here. So the Rangers pick up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's 9-9. Yikes. And up comes Buddy Bell. Up comes Buddy Bell. Ernie Camacho gives up big. First pitch double, 36. 36 is a blank, and a 36 is a wild pitch. So going to third is Oliver. And then a base hit single, and the Rangers have taken the lead. Yikes. And I can't even pull Camacho at this point because I'm running out of pitchers. I already used 2. You know that back in the, you didn't have a lot of guys in the bullpen back in the day. That's a 42. That's going to be another base on balls. It's blank there, and a 42. Oh no, it's going to be an out. It's going to be an out, and that's a 16, and that will end the inning. Ground it to short. But they pick up 5 runs, and they pick up the lead. They lead it 10-9. So it's last licks. Last licks for the Athletics. They're down by a run. All right. So we're going to bring in Sparky Lyle. Bring in Sparky Lyle, probably our best pitcher. We're going to roll, see what he is, and he will be an A. So Lyle comes in to basically, hopefully, pick up the save for the Rangers. What a crazy game, a 10-9 game. If you watch my other games, they've been low scoring. So it's Sparky versus, I'm sorry about that. My dog is out here. Let me just take a break. Yeah, a sudden gust of wind, you know, I'm outdoors, blew my book open. So it's Sparky Lyle here in the top of the 9th inning. They came up with, 5 runs. 5 runs. They needed 4 to tie. They come up with 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th on 1, 2, 3 hits and 1, 2 walks. Holy smokes. Bases clearing double was huge by Al Oliver. And they pick up 5 runs, and they take the lead, 10-9. Top of the 9th, it's going to be Armas. Oh, and Armas' card, I think, blew away. Hold on a second. Here it is. All right, I just have to go indoors a minute. And let's do it. Sparky Lyle to Tony Armas. Has his ace stuff today. It's a 56, and that is going to be a strikeout. So Armas swings and misses at a Sparky Lyle slider. He wrote that book, Bronx Zoo, about the 70, I think it's about the 78 Yankees, right? 78, 77, I think it's 78. 61, it's another bad number. It's another out number. Back-to-back Ks on the slider. Newman strikes out. And here's Mickey Klutz. Klutz today's 1 for 4 with a home run. 2-run shot. So they're down to their last out, the A's. So this has been a hell of a game, if you've been watching. And we have to pull, it's a 54 chart. Base is empty, single to left. And we're going to roll versus the error rating. Error rating... he is out there. Al Oliver is a 9 error. He does not make an error, so it's a single. Mickey Klutz keeps hope alive, if you will. And here is, we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Essien. Jim Essien is coming in. Let's see if we can find him quickly. Quickly or not so quickly. He should be around somewhere. There he is. So Jim Essien is going to pinch hit for Guerrero. And here's a pitch from Lyle. And a 33, and that's going to be a base on balls. So that puts runners on first and second. Oh, I thought it would have been nice to see that as a hit, but it's okay. So now it's Edwards, and we're going to get another pinch hitter. So that was a pinch hitter there, and we're going to get another pinch hitter. And who else do I got? I got Mike Heath is on the bench, and Mike Heath's going to come in to pinch hit. I got Heath comes in. And the A's got the winning run, well, the go-ahead run, because it's the top of the ninth at first base. And let's see what happens. Here's a pitch from Lyle to the righty Mike Heath, ex-teammates. And that is a 62, and that won't do it. That's going to be strike three, ball game over. And what a game. The Texas Rangers come back from a 4-run deficit in the bottom of the 8th inning with 5 runs. Came up with 5 runs. And they beat the Athletics by a score of 10-9. Holy smokes, what a game that was. And I'm going to show some stats in this stream. So thanks for watching. Again, final score. Again, the wind's kicking up here a little bit, so I'm kind of in a... So final score is 10-9. The Athletics pull it out. Let me see if I got a little bit of white out here. That still works. Oh yeah, looks like it does. Let's shake it. 10-9. A lot of hits, man. Wow. A lot of hits in this game. Let's see how many for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hits for the Rangers and 2 errors. And for the Athletics had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. So 23 hits altogether. No errors for the Athletics. They lose it by a run, 10-9. The loss will go to Hamilton. I believe Hamilton. No, actually, it's going to be Camacho is going to take the loss, and the victory is going to go to Babcock because he was the last guy to pitch before Lyle. Lyle picks up a save. Interesting game. And this is Fall Classic Baseball. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Thanks for watching.